Hey guys, how's it going? For today's video I'll be reviewing the match between Arsenal and Tottenham that took place at the Emirates Stadium last night, for me anyway, in Australia. So it was an interesting game. It's an interesting and frustrating game, I should say. So typical story is that we had the majority of possession. We had around 80% possession for the majority of the game. Created some decent chances and couldn't quite take them, and the longer the game went on, the more the Arsenal supporters such as myself were thinking, okay, we're going to leak one now. It's going to be one of those 1-0 losses that we've dominated the game and really not created any clear-cut chances and conceded a cheap goal down the other end, because obviously we're not completely stable there yet. And that's how it was for about 70 minutes of the game. It was a tough affair. Tottenham kind of defended and got players back and kind of tried to play on the counter, but they were too slow with Adebayor. But all it took was a Flamini error, and Eriksen was into Lamella, and then he just passed it to Chadley, and Chadley passed it past Szczesny, and it was 1-0 to Spurs at the Emirates. Which wasn't great, I have to say. Just kind of watching the game at that moment in time, it felt like it was gonna be one of those losses that we really have come to experience recently, and one that we want to kind of get rid of. Luckily enough, Chamberlain saved us and he equalised, and it was 1-1, and we really should have pushed. And FIFA needs to take a look at this, because I swear that Mertesacker header did go over the line. I tweeted to the FA saying thanks for not giving us the 3 points, because there was a photo and it looked as if the ball was this far over the line, and the way they showed it during the game, they showed it when Lloris went to push it out, but they didn't show afterwards, because it goes back and it goes over the line and then he pushes it out. So they didn't judge that part, which is where I think it went over the line, and that would have been the first goal, and I'm assuming from there we would have moved on and hopefully gotten a second. But that's not how it was. We brought on Sanchez towards the end and he did a few good things. The main issue out of the game was 2 major injuries, so it looks to be that, and they're in the midfield, so not great. We've lost Aaron Ramsey, I'm not sure how long for, and we lost Mikel Arteta pretty early in the piece, and we had to sub both of them off before half-time. So in that sort of regard, we did okay with only 1 sub in the second half. That was in our control. It was a good sub too, with Sanchez on, and Wilshere off. Chamberlain was immense. I thought he had one of his better games for us on the right wing. Sanchez on the left when he came on, and then Welbeck did some pretty good things again, but obviously didn't quite get the goal like we'd hoped. Defensively, bit shaky. We weren't really challenged too often. But when we were, you always thought Tottenham might get something out of this. Adebayor had the best chance in the first half, couldn't quite control the ball well enough, and didn't score, which was great. Good on him for continuing to be a shit player for the Spurs. But now, yeah, we're still undefeated. I mean, we all say, oh, we've been playing terribly. You know, we've gone through City, Everton, and now Tottenham, who on their day can be pretty decent. And Villa, you know, 4 pretty out of our first 6 pretty tough games, and we've come out of it with 0 losses. But who knows how that's going to be after we play Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge in the next game, who again romped to another 3-0 home victory against Villa, with Costa scoring again and Fabregas orchestrating the midfield like he has been for the whole season. So we've just got to wait and see how these injuries go, see if Walcott can come back, because we need some more pace. We were pretty slow on the move yesterday. I thought Ozil was awesome again, playing in that central role behind Welbeck. Created a few good chances, had a few shots of his own, which was good to see, because we don't see that side of him enough. And we saw a lot of that with Real Madrid, so hopefully he gets that sort of game going. Best on ground is really hard to pick. I'm not too sure. I'm just going to say Chamberlain, because he always wanted to do something with the ball. I mean, often he lost it, but when he got past the defender, he just always wanted to get in behind and do something. And some of his crosses to Welbeck were very effective, and if it weren't for some pretty tight defending from Tottenham, Welbeck, I reckon, would have had a couple of decent headers, hopefully a couple of goals as well. But not to be, guys. It was 1-1 in the end at the Emirates. We move on to Galatasaray in the Champions League at home on Wednesday night. I'm hoping we get some points there. I'm not sure what the changes will be, but I'm guessing Ramsey's not going to be playing for a couple of weeks, hopefully not too long, and Arteta, he's been quite poor recently anyway, so not a big loss. But then when you consider Flamini was the guy that kind of created the goal for Tottenham, and he's really the only replacement, don't know what to do. Unless we risk bringing Diaby back, who knows? That's something that we're going to have to look into. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Please comment below, tell me what you thought of the game. Like the video as well, and subscribe to my channel so you can get more of these videos. Thank you very much, and talk soon.